Adventures in Lady Rabbit's Magical Garden. One day, as she strolled around admiring the sights, she came across a bee. The bee said, "Greetings Lady Rabbit, do you have a moment to talk?" Lady Rabbit stopped and said, "I have all the time in the world for a friend like you." Adventures in Lady Rabbit's Magical Garden. The bee said, "I know of a secret place that only a few have seen. Would you like to come with me and explore?" Excitedly, Lady Rabbit hopped on the bee's back and off they flew. Adventures in Lady Rabbit's Magical Garden. They flew far and high until they came to a secret waterfall. There were all sorts of beautiful plants and animals that Lady Rabbit had never seen before. The bee explained that this was a magical place, and that no one knew it existed. Adventures in Lady Rabbit's Magical Garden. Lady Rabbit was so excited. She and the bee explored the magical garden and played games together. Lady Rabbit was so filled with joy, she wanted to come back every day to explore and play. Adventures in Lady Rabbit's Magical Garden. When Lady Rabbit returned home, she told all her friends about her magical adventure. One of her friends, a fox, asked if he could come along too. Of course Lady Rabbit said yes, and the two of them had many new adventures together in the magical garden. Adventures in Lady Rabbit's Magical Garden. Chapter 2. A new friend. Lady Rabbit and the fox explored the magical garden together. They were amazed by all the wonderful things they saw. Everywhere they looked, there was something new and exciting. Adventures in Lady Rabbit's Magical Garden. One day, they stumbled upon a hidden cave. The fox was curious and wanted to explore it, but Lady Rabbit was hesitant. She had heard stories of the dangers that lurked in dark places. Adventures in Lady Rabbit's Magical Garden. But the fox was determined, and Lady Rabbit eventually agreed to go in. As they ventured deeper into the cave, they heard strange noises and saw strange shadows. Lady Rabbit was scared, but the fox was brave and kept going. Adventures in Lady Rabbit's Magical Garden. Finally, they reached the end of the cave and discovered a dragon. The dragon was huge and fierce, and it was blocking their way out. Lady Rabbit and the fox were terrified, but they knew they had to find a way to get past the dragon. Adventures in Lady Rabbit's Magical Garden. The fox had an idea. He told Lady Rabbit to distract the dragon while he tried to sneak past. Lady Rabbit was scared, but she knew she had to do it. She took a deep breath and stepped forward, ready to face the challenge. Adventures in Lady Rabbit's Magical Garden. Chapter 3. A Novel Solution. Adventures in Lady Rabbit's Magical Garden. Lady Rabbit stepped forward and began to talk to the dragon. She told it stories and sang it songs. The dragon was mesmerized by her voice and soon forgot why it was there. Adventures in Lady Rabbit's Magical Garden. Meanwhile, the fox was sneaking past the dragon. He was careful not to make any noise, and he was able to get past without being noticed. Adventures in Lady Rabbit's Magical Garden. Once the fox was safely outside, he signaled to Lady Rabbit. She quickly followed him out of the cave and the two of them ran away as fast as they could. Adventures in Lady Rabbit's Magical Garden. When they reached the magical garden, Lady Rabbit and the fox were relieved. They had found a novel and interesting solution to their problem. But there was one thing they hadn't expected: the dragon was still following them. Adventures in Lady Rabbit's Magical Garden. The dragon was chasing them, and they had to find a way to get rid of it. Lady Rabbit and the fox ran as fast as they could, trying to think of a way to get rid of the dragon. Adventures in Lady Rabbit's Magical Garden. Chapter 4. A Happy Ending. Adventures in Lady Rabbit's Magical Garden. Suddenly, Lady Rabbit and the fox stumbled upon a pond in the magical garden. The fox had an idea. He told Lady Rabbit to distract the dragon while he tried to lure it into the pond. Adventures in Lady Rabbit's Magical Garden. Lady Rabbit stepped forward and began to talk to the dragon. She told it stories and sang it songs, just like she had done in the cave. The dragon was mesmerized by her voice and soon forgot why it was chasing them. Adventures in Lady Rabbit's Magical Garden. Meanwhile, the fox was luring the dragon towards the pond. He was careful not to make any sudden movements, and he was able to get the dragon to follow him. Adventures in Lady Rabbit's Magical Garden. Once the dragon was in the pond, Lady Rabbit and the fox watched as it slowly disappeared beneath the surface. They had found a novel and interesting solution to their problem. Adventures in Lady Rabbit's Magical Garden. The two of them were relieved and happy. They had saved the magical garden from the dragon, and they had made a new friend in the process. Lady Rabbit and the fox vowed to come back to the magical garden every day to explore and play.